Welcome to the Week 5 summary of PowerPoint and Excel lessons. Today I'm going to share with you some of the things we learned, and I'm going to focus on calculating monthly payments in Excel as an example of one of our lessons. During this week, we looked at PowerPoint outlines to help you structure the content within your presentation. We looked at how the notes section can help you to provide supporting data during your presentations as talk points. We looked at different PowerPoint themes and backgrounds that can help to make your presentations more visually stimulating. And we looked at 3 new formulas in Excel, including VLOOKUP, the if statement, and the payment function. So I'm going to look at the payment function as an example of something we learned this week. So the payment function calculates payments for a for a loan with a fixed amount at a fixed periodic rate for a fixed time period. In order to calculate the payment using the payment function, you're going to need some data points, including an annual rate, the number of monthly payments, and the present value. So the payment function and arguments are written as such. You're going to write the equal sign, PMT, and then there are 3 required arguments within the parentheses. You're going to need the rate that you're going to pay. You're going to need the number of payments over the fixed period, and you're going to need the present value or the total amount borrowed. So as you see here, the information on your worksheet should be divided into an input section and an output section. So the input section will help to keep all of your fixed data points, such as your rate and the number of payments, in one area and make those easily accessible throughout all your calculations on your worksheet. Because you'll be using fixed data points in your syntax of your formulas, you're going to need to use a mix of absolute and mixed references. In the rate section of the PMT function, it's important to note that you're going to need to divide that rate by the months in the fixed period and have that all be in that one section before the comma in the syntax of the formula. And lastly, the PV will display as a negative by default because it's a number of an amount that you owe. So if you want it to display in the output section as a positive number, or if you want the calculation to display as a positive number on your worksheet, then you should enter a minus sign or a negative sign with the PV in the formula to ensure that the calculation shows up as a positive number in your output section. And lastly, there are a couple of arguments that are optional for the PMT function, and those include an FV for a future value or a type, which would indicate when you're paying, such as at the beginning of the period or at every quarter. That could help to make your calculation even more detailed. So thank you for listening to my Week 5 summary. I hope you enjoyed it.